keeping you bang up to date with the news, sport and entertainment that matters. This is Rising East Newsfeed.
Hi, welcome to the In Tune podcast. I'm here with Luke.
Hello.
We've got a lot to get to today. We've got an interview coming up and then a section with our friends Marian and Mohammed. But we wanted to start by just kind of having a chat about specifically small artists and the kind of struggles there are with like music streaming apps, sort of new technology, social media, stuff like that. So the big thing sort of, I think, is with streaming apps now with the use of AI being used, I mean, in all aspects with playlists, you know, progressive play, stuff like that. It really has sort of brought up some challenges for small artists in kind of seeing engagement. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
No, yeah, because these algorithms, they prioritize the things that get the most streams, the most listens, yeah? So the smaller artists are being pushed to the margins because they're not prioritizing it. And the fact that these algorithms have to go through so much content, most of that content is done by popular artists, so...
I think it's in popular playlists on places like Spotify, it's only about 10% is filled with like independent artists.
No, yeah, and it's causing, 70% of like artists to use social media as their main promoting platform because...
Yeah, there's sort of artists are kind of forced into using social media now because it's such a sort of essential tool for marketing.
Oh, yeah. And considering the lack of funds, like each artist makes like a tenth of a penny per stream, so the smaller artists can't afford all the big marketing things the bigger ones can.
Especially, there's been a big decrease in sort of gig culture, especially with smaller artists. So there's less money in that. So a big way people are making their money is being a musician and being an influencer alongside that. And just there's lots of things that sort of cause stress for artists with that.
Because like after COVID, the music industry, like the clubbing and like gig industry, has gone down drastically.
Definitely. And I think people don't go to gigs to see bands they haven't heard really as much anymore, especially in our generation. It's a lot of the time if you're going to a concert or a gig, it's a band you know that's sort of already established. And definitely. And with streaming apps, I mean, it's such an oversaturated market now. There's like 60,000 new tracks uploaded a day. It kind of seems like an impossibility for an artist starting out to get that initial exposure.
No, yeah, considering the algorithms push the bigger artists, like to get that attention.
Definitely.
Pretty difficult.
And you'll see in the interview, but when we had the chance to talk with a smaller artist, they definitely feel that pressure with social media. Even in making their music, there's that pressure to have like small snippets of songs become popular because of short form content.
Because you look at people like Lil Nas X and Doja Cat. That's how they really got big, through those little snippets. And the variability of it.
It can definitely affect the creative process if you're having to think about how you're gonna, profit from a viral segment of a song rather than a whole song within itself.
No, yeah. And considering those little viral segments can pay so well as well.
Yeah, it's like you're less encouraged to have, release an album or do live gigs. You've got more luck if you're posting on TikTok, 20 times a day. And it can kind of, a lot of artists don't really, they don't really feel that they want to be a big social media presence or even just a big public figure, and it's kind of forced into that. And we get into that a lot on the interview.
No, yeah, but so we're going to cut to the interview with a small artist, Oricana, talk about the struggles with music algorithms and what it's like to actually be a small artist. Yeah. So, thank you for listening to our little segment.
Cheers. And after that, we will have Marian and Mohammed in here to discuss that. So, thanks for listening.
Sound, cheers.
So, I'm Oricana, I'm a rapper from Northwest London. Northwest, put your hands up. And I make, rap, R&B, jazz. Right now I'm in more of a neo soul grime wave. New projects, Household Hero, out at the end of March. pollen chasing a dragon is you're always gonna end up burned. There's something about his sting, I kinda like how it hurt. I know, should take time for myself before I just turn to dust. I need to start thinking deeper.
Have a social media presence, be sort of a social media influencer. How has that affected you with your music?
It's affected me a little bit because I understand that some things aren't changed in a day.
Yeah.
So the music industry in general is a bit mashed up right now. Like nobody's really making money. Before it was like you would go and do shows, you make money.
Yeah.
Can't really do that no more. So you have to diversify yourself as an artist. It is quite unfortunate that really it isn't enough to have just good music.
Yeah.
Or even like good music and a good brand. You have to be consistently doing something to catch attention, because like social media moves really quickly, and we're in like a social media age, so you have to be on top of that and getting people's attention. In the house, just a fresh snapback. Down. Had to work on my reflexes for when mumsy attacks. Weren't no case in the house, I was a household hero. Can't fly high with a mask, weren't no Rey Mysterio. Nah. With TikTok and short form content and stuff, looking for that earworm, that thing, that's definitely changed the way I make music in different ways. But you can look at it as a good thing or a bad thing. You can look at it as like, oh, now I have to think about this. But it really is like, this can be a grind, and it really much is. So you can't really be upset when the job aspect part of it comes in.
Mentioned that like it's not good enough to just have good music to be successful now. I saw a statistic that I think it was 70% of the music streamed comes from 10% of artists. And do you think sort of this could have something to do with now the use of like algorithms and AI with like sort of curated playlists and the continuous play? Because I've seen a lot of press talking about how that might sort of restrict people's listening to sort of stay in the same circle, I guess.
100%. AI sucks.
Yeah.
AI sucks, man.
We agree on that.
Yeah, I think I can't lie. I'm a bit hypocritical on that, because there are some things where AI is a bit useful.
Of course,
like
it's a tool.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll help out with, like when I'm making content, the text like hook.
Totally.
But yeah, I think AI, when it comes to actual like creative things, it's really dangerous, because it can take away a lot of already financially like wishy-washy industry, and kind of mess it up more by taking away things like with editorial playlisting. That is really important, because that's somebody is listening to a track and putting that in a playlist, and that's trusted by people. And it's trusted because a person has picked that out. But when it's AI, it's like, of course they're just gonna put the Drakes, the Ice Spices, the Essential C's. They're just gonna put those into, because that's what people are listening to and people are comfortable with. Myself before I just turn to dust. I need to start thinking deeper. Hate getting lost in lust. We all got a dragon we're chasing, so you better not catch that high.
Anything you wanted to shout out in terms of your music or anything, just at the end?
Household hero, 28th of March. Flipping get at that, man.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro. Nice one.
On this week's episode of The Agree to Disagree, we're going to be talking about Stormzy's award-winning triumph at the O2 Arena.
It was controversial, but I believe that he did deserve to win the award, and he was all within his right to win the award, and no one else deserved it but Stormzy.
I don't know about that, you know. I feel like Central C should have won the award, purely based on the fact that Stormzy moved from the grime genre into more of a house element and gospel type of music, which I don't feel like it suits the category that he won the award, which was rap, hip-hop and grime.
The award is based on the fans and the fan voting and see who's more popular. Stormzy's popularity in the UK is outrageous. The influence he has to the people and the respect he has is a lot bigger than Central C.
I hear you, but again, this is not a popularity contest. This is the award for the rap, hip hop, and grime act. It should be going to the person that actually rapped the best and also performed the best music.
Well, it is decided by the fans, and the fans believe that they wanted Stormzy to win. So it's not about what you wanted or what the people or who should have won. It's about the people who the people decided.
It's funny you say that, because even Stormzy himself said that the awards shouldn't be voted off by the fans because it takes away the artist's moments. What do you have to say about that?
Well, for this year anyway, Stormzy won the award, regardless of what Stormzy may believe that the award should be changed to. But Stormzy won this year due to his popularity and his influence in the UK scene.
So you don't feel like Central C has grew a massive platform internationally in terms of American attraction, Italy attraction, Paris attraction, stuff like that?
Central C is more popular worldwide, but this is a UK award, UK Brits award. It's not about the French award or American award, it is the Brits award. And Central C is not as popular as Stormzy in the UK.
Fair enough, but in my humble opinion, I don't think Stormzy done enough this year to warrant him win the award. Because even just one music, band for band, that went so global to the point that it was literally millions and millions of monthly listeners on that song alone.
I can understand that, but Stormzy has been in the UK scene for a long time, and the people obviously are going to favour him over Central C because he's been in it longer. Maybe if you give Central C maybe a year or two more, if he has the same run as he has, and maybe he'll start winning more Brits.
So in your opinion, you genuinely believe that Stormzy was actually a better artist than Central C over the last year?
I mean, it's not about my opinion, it's about what the people voted. And the people voted Stormzy, so Stormzy deserved to win.
I don't know, man. I feel like this is the reason why fans should not be voting for these type of awards, because it's not a popularity contest.
I can understand why you say that. I can understand that.
So, regardless to Central C, obviously you know about what he has done in terms of music, etc. Do you feel like Stormzy's win was basically due to the McDonald's deal?
The McDonald's deal did bring Stormzy a lot of attention. I mean, people were queuing up to buy his meal. And yes, maybe that contributed to him winning the Brits Awards because his popularity was obviously increased at the time. And yes, maybe I think that is a reason why he won the award.
So, in regardless to the whole McDonald's situation, because it obviously brought negative attraction, in my opinion, I don't think Stormzy shouldn't have won this award based on that.
No, I understand that. I understand why you might think that.
My whole argument with you is that I just don't think he's been the best rapper or artist of the year. In fact, I don't even think he was top 3. I'll go further than that.
I mean, I can understand why you say that, but like I said, it is a popular... The fans choose who they want to win, and they chose...
So don't you feel that's a big problem?
I think that is a problem. Maybe it should be changed in the future, but as of this year, Stormzy has deserved to win, regardless of what anyone else might think.
Fair enough. Like, I can't really. You're not going to change your mind. I'm going to stick to my opinion. You obviously have yours, so we're just going to have to agree to disagree on this one.
Agree to disagree.
So that was the roundup of the agree to disagree. We'll catch you back next week.
So I'm a corner. I'm a rapper from Northwest London. Northwest, put your hands up.
My name's Omarion.
Yeah, and I make rap,
and
R&B.
We're here to discuss the Stormzy's Brits Award triumph and whether he deserved it or not. In my humble opinion, I don't think he deserved it. I don't think he done enough over the year to warrant the award that he won. And
I'm going to be talking about why I believe that Stormzy did deserve the award.
so let's get into this. Obviously, in terms of rap grime acts of the year, Stormzy was nominated with other candidates as Central C, Dave, Little Sims, and Gets, and he came out on top. And I just feel like it was a travesty him winning, to be honest.
I feel like because the award is based on fans voting, it's going to edge Stormzy over because obviously he's got a bigger fan base than the rest in the UK.
Obviously, I do believe that the people that's saying that Stormzy didn't deserve to win them some his political issues that he's having on the side.
Yeah.
But from my humble opinion, it's for rap and grime act. I feel like Stormzy's moved away from the grime genre to expand on other elements to his resume, which is not a bad thing. It's a pretty good thing. It just shows that he has versatility. But for this category, I don't think he's done enough.
No, I can understand what you're saying that, but in terms of the political side, I think people are saying that obviously Stormzy doesn't deserve it because of the whole situation with Palestine and him promoting McDonald's, but that's got nothing to do with his, rap, and that shouldn't play influence on why he shouldn't deserve it, because he got voted for it clearly because the fans believe that he did deserve it.
I fully agree with Mohammed in terms of I don't think his issues outside should play his part on the awards. But you know what it is with me? He even said it in the segment. Fans shouldn't really be allowed to vote on these things because it's all PR, popularity contest, and they're not really voting for the actual reasons why the category's out there. They're just voting for their favourites.
No, I agree with that, but I think...
You can't tell me he had a better year than Central C. You just can't. Central C went crazy.
No, I agree. In my eyes, I think Central C did have a better career. I mean, not a better year, but like I said, it's a fan vote. And Stormzy just been in the game longer than Central C, so of course, it's clear that his popularity is going to be bigger than Central C.
Yeah, Stormzy is a big icon in the UK, innit? So obviously, and Central C is growing his platform. So he definitely has popularity to his side, but for me, that should not make him the winner of the grime and act award. It should be voted based on who was the best in that category. And for me, Stormzy wasn't even top 3.
I think to avoid confusion and hate against the award, it should just be taken away from the fans voting, and it should just be based on who had a better year in terms of numbers and everything.
Yeah, in terms of numbers, Central C went crazy. I swear his numbers hit worldwide.
Yeah, it was international.
Yeah, all around the world. But like you're probably gonna say is England based.
It's an England award, Brit award. That's why Stormzy's, like I said, popularity is a lot bigger than Central C's.
Yeah, the kids lost McDonald's was probably them that voted for him.
Yeah, the McDonald's campaign that Stormzy had, yeah, that was a success.
Don't know what I was thinking, but Mohammed seems like he believes that he can understand why Stormzy picked up the award.
Yeah.
Whilst I completely don't understand that. I completely disagree, but I guess we have to
just agree to disagree then.
100%, man. That's what the show is called.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, and also Fake Orokana for the interview that he done.
Yeah, thank you so much, Orokana, for doing the interview.
It took a lot of courage to come out of his own time. You didn't really need to do it.
Yeah,
but we're grateful for that. So big up every time.
Are up to speed with the way it is across East London and beyond. Rising East.